we're gonna move over to this money. Back to the money. You spend a lot of money doing this. You spend a real lot of money.
Yeah.
You spend about $120,000. In your own money. So this is an investment that you're really, going in for yourself to help out the world.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not like I'm rich. I'm from a little small town in Tennessee where, everybody's very poor. And so I go to work just like everybody else does.
Right.
I work not a 9 to 5, but sometimes a 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. the next day. And, instead of buying a car or, buying certain things that other people may have that could generate the funds that I make, I decided to invest it in something that would help the world. And that's what I do with my money. So you would pass me on across the street and you may see me in scrubs every day. I don't spend my money on clothes. I spend all my money here. And I spend it because I believe in this project. And, I've gone to the major record labels and they're like, well, that's kind of risky. Who wants to hear about health? Who wants to hear about this? And I'm like, it is risky if you sit there and you talk about it like, well, you know what, you should do blah, blah, blah. But if you make it sound like a Drake song or you make it sound like, the way Jay-Z sounds or gives it the same sound as, any of these other major entertainers, then Absolutely. It's not risky. And that's the trick. That's the trick. And that's what we do. And that's why, we use a lot of producers that are with the big labels. That's just what they do on the side.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes a special person to know how to do what you're doing. It's not about just going to do it. You have to know how to do it. So I definitely, I understand, when you was like, they was like, well, this might be a bad idea. No, it's not a bad idea because I know what I'm doing. This is my passion, and I'm gonna move in on it no matter what. So that's what's up, man. I really like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's good. And I would like to, put my 2 cents in and try to help you, any way Real Rap in the Air can. We have a Facebook page as well for my show, Real Rap. So I would definitely like to get you, added as a friend, so that I can start sharing, your website and things of that nature on our page as well, and our soon-to-come website. So, I definitely, I'm the same way. I want to change lives, which is the reason I came up, with the few shows that I have, so that I can get more involved in the community, get the youth, in a positive direction, So, anytime I run into someone who's headed in the direction that I'm headed in, I definitely want to try to tie on and let's take this together,
Absolutely. We're on the same page.
Yeah, that's good. So now with this, is it hard to get this different type of music that you're getting from these different artists?
It's not hard. It's all, at the end of the day, it all comes down to money. If you have the money, if I have the money to go into the studios, then the world just opens up. Because we used Lady Gaga's violinist for one of our songs, because we did a song for a show that we did with Hill Harper, and we made a song called J-Fit, which stands for Just Aim For It. And so it was just about, finding Lady Gaga's violinist, talking to the producers and the studio people in New York, having her go there, paying for it, telling her what I want, giving her the beat, so it's not hard as long as the funding is there. And that's because, I knew nothing about music. And I had to go and do the research and find out, I don't even need to be in the same city that you are. If you say, hey, you know what, Dr. Hurt, I want to do a song with you, I said, okay, let me find a studio in Utah and let me see, who I can work with, and I'll send that guy via you send it, the beat. Then you'll walk into the studio, the beat is there. You already have the beat because I sent it to you via MP3. You send me the music based on the song that I tell you that I want done, and boom, I got your vocals. So now I got your vocals from Utah, I got some vocals from London, I got some vocals from wherever, and I send it all to one central place where I have a guy who we sit there and we produce the music together and put it all together. So is it hard? No. Is it costly?
Wow.
Yes. Is it worth it? Definitely. Do I regret it? Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have a couple artists here, a couple local artists here. You know, if you wanna listen to their music and see if you wanna work with them, you know, I have them. They're definitely, you know, good, and I think it would be good if you guys kind of, you know, collaborated and we put it on the show and we put it on the page and kind of get people to see what you're doing in Utah as well and kind of get this out here to these colleges.
You know, and that's great. I mean, I'm always looking for artists that, you know, want to be involved, always.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the only limiting factor is, you know, financially, where's GlobalMusic Life at that particular time. So as long as we have the funding there, then it's like when, you know, I make a new song. And that's the only limiting factor. But that's also, you know, I always tell artists, I'm like, you know, you can have the best voice in the world, but, you know, if you get picked up by one of these major labels and they don't push you, if they don't market you, then you just got the best voice in the world, you know? So there's that other component to it. It's not just about making the music. The music has to get out. So I'll do an interview with, you know, JoJo down the street if JoJo got 5 people to listen to us. You know, and so sometimes it's hard to get artists to recognize, like, hey, you know, you may not get paid to go and do a job, you know, in a certain club, but if it's at least 20 people there, those 20 people know 20 more people, and if they like your music, then it's going to get out. So it's, you know, like,
and that's the biggest thing. You know, you're right. Because a lot of people these days, they don't want to start from ground. They want to just jump right in it and say, how much am I getting paid for this, instead of just saying, okay, I see the vision. Let me grab on and run with you. And then when we get to where we're going, we'll reap the benefits from it.
Right.
And that's what you're kind of saying, right? Right. Absolutely.
Because let's think about it. You know, let's say you went platinum. To go platinum, you got to sell, 1 million records? Well, how many people are there in America? 350 million. So, and of those million people that bought your record, that made it go platinum, half of them may not even like it. They just bought it because maybe they were. So if you can get access, like what we're trying to do right now is get into the prisons, you know, trying to get into the school districts. If you're in a prison and you're in the school districts, you have access to more than a million people, you know, particularly if you're in every school district in the country. And we got more prisons than we do schools. So, you know, I'm like looking, okay, well, where are the places that I would need to go? And people will have access to my music such that we could get out. So if I have to give away the first 2 albums, so that people know who we are, so that maybe the 3rd album we start making money, and then we can build those, I call them upscale foster homes, and then we can, you know, build those hospitals. We can build clinics where people can really go. You know, then I'll do that, you know, because I see the vision. Whereas for advertising, I may have to spend $30,000 a month to get, you know, ICU out. Well, I'd rather give it away and do free shows and do free this and free that just for the exposure, because that exposure alone is what's going to take you the farthest.
So who are you mostly capturing with your music? Is it more so the youth, or are you capturing, you know, everyone as a whole right now? What's your main focus? You know, and I know it's reputation. I know it's just for people to see you, but, you know, what's your market? Like, who are you targeting right now?
Right now we're really targeting women and children, because those are the people that buy music.
Right.
And probably, I think about 60 to 70% of our fans are women and children between the ages of 14 to, I think, 32.
Okay.
So what we found is that our fan overlap, you know, which are the fans that like our music are the fans that like Drake, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Usher. You know, those are the people, those people that like their music, they like our music, and those people are primarily between the ages of, like I said, 13 to like 30. You know, but then we have people that are as old as 65 that like our music because they love to hear that violin, you know, or that bass cello. So, you know, we target that group of people.
How do you go about, you know, getting up with colleges and working with universities and stuff? How do you is there a platform or how you do that?
Well, basically, we just use, you know, the different avenues that they have on the internet so that you can get into the colleges. I mean, we may use Music Summit, we may use Airplay Direct, anything that allows you to submit your music to the universities is, you know, what we do. And right now it's primarily Music Summit. Music Summit will submit your music to, like, I don't know, 1,000 different radio stations. And generally when we hear back from them, you know, they'll give you a score between 0 and 5, and we usually hit 4 or 5, you know.
Wow.
So we really try and hit the colleges big time. because the one thing about the youth of America that I find that I don't know if the big record labels really get is that they want to hear, that kind of ratchet music, but they also want to hear other stuff,
Right.
And so a lot of the people that like us, like I said, they are 13 to 25 and 30. So while they're listening to Lil Wayne and they're listening to Drake and all those other people, they also want to hear something that just kind of cool,
Right.
kind of different. And they also want to be a part of change. That's what people forget about, when all these wars happen or whatever, it's the young people that are like, hey, we don't want to go to war. So when you start saying, hey, you know what, we have this music group and their goal is to change the world, young people are the people that are like, hey, we want to be a part of that. So,
right.
To hit the colleges and hit those colleges hard, that's really big for us, But again, like I said, that's why we made the app free, because most college students don't have any money,
Yeah.
But most people have a cell phone. Most people have an iPhone. Most people have an iPad, or they have an Android. So that's why the app was made for iPhones and for Androids.
Wow. I'm just blown away by talking to you today. This is everything you got going on. No, because it's really good. Like, this is really good. It's even better than I thought. I thought it was pretty cool. But this is amazing. Like, it's beyond cool. Like, this is what's up. Like, this is good. This is gonna do great, and I know it. It's gonna do really good.
Thank you.
And I want you to keep pushing and keep going, and don't stop, because you guys got something on your hands here. It's definitely different. Definitely different. And it's gonna get you far. It's gonna get you far. I want you to stay on the line once we're off, if you have a couple minutes, because I want to get some information from you, because there's a couple doctors I would like to tie you in with that do a lot of community stuff that you're doing. They do, free seminars about STDs and things of that nature. One of my good friends I grew up with, she's a doctor in South Carolina, and I definitely want you to link up with her, because we can get GlobalMusic for Life out there, and it'll do great. She's all in the community, just like you. I think you guys will be great friends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's something that I definitely think you need to stay on the line, so we can kind of talk and see what I can do to help you out. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Now, is there anything else you wanna talk to us about before we end this segment of Real Rap in the Air? I want to make sure that I caught everything.
And the main thing is just if people could make their way to our website and just check it out, www.globalmusic, the number 4 life.com, and you can see all the tweets that we tweet. You can join the conversation on Twitter. You can join the Facebook. You can get the app from that site. You can find out about the different artists and what they're doing, because all of my artists, I connect their page to our page. You just got to get to that page. You can listen to the music from our page.
And if you guys want more information on GlobalMusic for Life, feel free to contact RevyRev via the Facebook page. I know a lot of my listeners, they have my number directly. She can accept all help. Correct?
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. We even have a donate button on that page.
Okay, good.
Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being on your show today.
Oh yeah, it was good having you. It was fun. You're a very well down to earth person, and I like that. I like real people. That's why the name of my show is Real. Real rap, real whatever. I love to be who I am, and I consider myself a real person. And I think being yourself, being real, keeping God with you. You can't fail. So
right, absolutely, absolutely.
As long as you got those things, you'll be all right.
All right, and that and that's been my partner for the last however long I've been on this earth.
25 years. 25 years.
25, yeah. It's gonna be 25 for the next 50. But so I figured with God on my side, I won't fail. So I don't worry. It's like the investors will come whenever He says it's time for them to come.
That's right.
Because they have to be the right mindset, and that is the mindset of giving back.
Wow. And Dr. Hunter, I'd like to say thank you for joining the Real Rap in the Air show today, and I really appreciate your time. And if you could hang on, after we finish, I would definitely like to speak with you for a moment. Okay?
Okay. Cool beans.
All right. Well, you have a good day. Okay?
You too.
All right. Thank you.